Hey, what's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and today I'm going to be casting Quantic vs Znation. This is from, I have no idea where, from the Western International Qualifiers that just happened. If you don't know the results by now, neither of these teams actually won the entire thing, so, you know, I don't know. But both of these teams are pretty good. Quantic, of course, is the newest Quantic. Actually, the company or corporation or whoever is actually Quantic, has juggled their teams quite a bit. The now retired Copenhagen Wolves used to be Quantic, and I don't know, but now they settled on a pretty solid lineup. They're going to be up against Z Nation as we have the first bands coming out. We have Lycan from Quantic. It's pretty go-to ban because with the Lycan in the jungle, you have to require it. It just requires so much maintenance. You always need to have people warding it. You always have to be ganking him, and compared to other jungles like Enchantress or Chen, who more come to you, Lycan just sits in the jungle and it's easy to forget about him. So if you don't constantly gank him, and if you don't constantly ward off his camps, and make sure you always know where he is, make sure he's not soloing Roshan in some corner, if you don't do that, then you're pretty much screwed, because he's going to come out with something like a BKB or a Necro level 3 and just completely own your whole team. Z Nation, I honestly don't know as much about. I just looked at some games on Join Dota and picked some that looked interesting. We see actually two junglers, or two potential junglers, getting banned out from Z Nation in the Prophet and Enchantress. Prophet and Invoker actually are both pretty solid first pick, first ban material, so there's not really any surprise there. And we have Quantic responding with the Chen, so they really don't want that any early push coming in from either of them, banning out the Enchantress, who has, I believe, one of the earliest pushes, if not the earliest push. First pick from Z Nation is going to be Darkseer. Gives them a reliable choice of either jungling with him, and Darkseer, unlike Lycan, is not going to completely mess up your entire team if you leave him alone in the jungle. Of course, it's always better to deal with the enemy jungle, but it's not a 100% you're screwed if you don't deal with it. So Darkseer either gives them a jungle hero if they're looking to do that, or if they so choose, they could put him on the hard lane. Darkseer with that Iron Shell, he is going to manage to get something out of the hard lane where a lot of heroes won't be able to get anything. And speaking of hard lanes, we have a Windrunner pickup from Quantic. So Windrunner is a very versatile hero. If you pick her up first, and Enigma too, really. If you pick them up first, you're not really showing your hand at all. It gives you a lot of flexibility. Moving on into the further pick stage to really change up your style. You could have a giant team fight coming out from Quantic if they pick up someone like I don't know who has a giant team fight. You get like Earthshaker, Queen of Pain, stuff like that. Or you could just go for a pushing lineup, use those Eidolons to take down towers. Z Nation is responding with the Shadow Demon. Again, what both teams are doing, which is what all teams should always be doing, is picking heroes that aren't really confined to any specific role. If you pick up an anti-mage first, well then, it's obvious that you're going to be protecting that anti-mage. Probably not going to be going for any pushing, or not pushing as hard as you could be. And you're just going to be investing towards the mid-late game. But getting all these kind of farm-independent heroes really opens up your possibilities, as we see a Queen of Pain getting picked up by Z Nation. So that's definitely going to be played into the solo mid position. And Queen of Pain, very versatile hero as well, and Morphling pickup by Quantic. I'm pretty sure Korok is going to pick that up. I don't follow Quantic all that much. I kind of just watch the games in passing and whatever. But Quantic Korok is pretty vicious on that Morphling, if I remember correctly. So he's probably going to be going for that and going to be getting a lot of the farm, as we see Beastmaster and Rikimaru getting banned out. Z Nation obviously wants to keep Quantic from pushing very early. They see the Enigma and they know that they have the potential of putting some early damage push in. And Rikimaru... Okay, wait, let's go with CM first. CM also, they don't want that support hero You could easily put a Morphling into a tri-lane, and a CM Morphling and someone else tri-lane, or like an Enigma in the jungle. That's a really dangerous lane, and Darkseer, even though he has those Ion Shells, he's probably not going to get any experience from that if he is going to be up against that on the bot lane. Quantic, on the other hand, banning out Rikimaru. Rikimaru is a fantastic counter to that Morphling. Rikimaru does a shit ton of damage very early on into the game, and if he keeps doing that damage, then he'll get even more deadly later on. Which is kind of unlike Morphling, who really hits his prime in the late game. Rikimaru hits his prime in the middle-ish. He hits his prime early, that's what I'm trying to say. Znation picking up a Vengeful Spirit, a very good choice if Enigma ever picks up a BKB, Blink, or anything like that. Vengeful Spirit, just hang back, swap the Enigma out, and cancel that. So, very good choice by Znation, also giving them some more solid support. They might be a little bit damage light going on to the game, but I'm sure they'll pick something up. Quantic's final ban was actually the Broodmother. Probably they just don't want to deal with that shit. Broodmother is so annoying, and they pick up a Panda. It's not a Panda, it's a Brewmaster. No more Pandas. Brewmaster, always kind of a strange pick in the sense that he is versatile, but in my opinion he's not like the best at anything. Usually you put him in the you could put him really anywhere. He does pretty well in the solo mid position, and you just want him to get enough farm so that you get that Blink Dagger up, you get some what's it called, Aghanim Scepter, and really you just use your ultimate to clean up. So Quantic kind of building up a pretty vicious skirmishing lineup. Then they have some pretty good huge team fight as well. Actually, it's kind of the same on both sides. The Queen of Pain ultimate, you got the Vacuum, you got the Wall of Illusion, and the Wall of Illusion will be a pain in the ass for Quantic, especially for that Morphling, who a Morphling Illusion hurts a hell of a lot. That's why you see Morphlings go for Manta style. Znation's final pick is going to be Night Stalker. It's a pretty good pick, considering the Windrunner and Morphling. You want to make sure that they both don't get too big. Especially Morphling, and Crippling Fear is a great way of dealing with that Morphling. If you have Crippling Fear and Magic Missile, and then Queen of Pain to just blink around and do the damage, usually could guarantee yourself a Morphling kill, not all the time, but having that early silence is definitely going to be an advantage for Znation whenever they try to gank Morphling, which they should try to do a lot, because as of right now, Quantic doesn't have many farm-dependent heroes. It's only the Morphling who they really need to put the farm on, so they're probably going to have to gun for Morphling most of the time. Of course, Crippling Fear also keep the Enigma silenced, which is great. Enigma and Windrunner, really. So, and Brewmaster, actually. Can't split out of that, so Night Stalker going to be very useful for that silence. Also going to be doing some damage, and Night Stalker's pretty good at countering an Enigma, especially if he hasn't picked up his Black Hole yet. You got the mini stun from Void, as well as the Crippling Fear, so Night Stalker's going to give Znation quite a bit of early to mid game power, and that's really what their team is built around. They don't have any hard carry, they don't have a Morphling on their team, so Znation's really going to have to either try to bulk up Queen of Pain into a DPS route, which you don't really see that often, or just try to close out the game in the early mid-game. If Quantic manages to bring the game into 40-50 minutes, then Znation's going to be in trouble. Even with Disruption, with Morphling Illusions and Wall of Replica, they're still probably not going to have enough damage to really bring down the Quantic squad. And Quantic's actually running out of time. They got to pick something and hurry up. Venomancer, so solid support pick from Quantic, really solidifying their whole idea of, hey, let's protect Korok, who's going to be on that Morphling. That's the only thing I know about these guys, that Korok plays Morphling. So with all those, there we go, okay, here we go. So let's see what we have. We have Painted Gold on the Brewmaster, Mikey on the Venomancer, Last Hit Magic on the Enigma, Solara on the Windrunner, and look, I called it right. It is Quantic Korok, and he's playing that Morphling, so Painted Gold, I would say, is probably going to go mid with Windrunner soloing top, Enigma in the jungle bot lane area, and Korok and Venomancer going to be buddy-buddy in the bot lane. Meanwhile, for Znation, we have Sudoi playing that Darkseer already could see going for that early Soul Ring. You kind of need those Soul Ring on Darkseer because you want to get the 1,000-ish gold item of Vitality Booster for the Vanguard, and you kind of need Ring of Health for either the Vanguard or Hood, depending on what you want to go for. So you kind of need those big items, and if you're going to get the big items, that means you have to delay your Arcane Boots, which means that you won't have any mana, which means you need Soul Ring to give you mana. And if he's going to build the way most Darkseers build, and by most Darkseers I mean all Darkseers, which is the standard tanky Vanguard, Hood, Pipe kind of thing, then he's not going to have a lot of mana, and he's going to have a lot of health regeneration, which is a perfect complement for the Soul Ring. Nexus is going to be playing the Shadow Demon Stallioner on the Night Stalker, Wet God on the Vengeful Spirit, who currently looks really messed up because of the pause. And Queen of Pain is going to be played by CRZ? Curse? I don't know. If it was Curse, it'll be CRS, right? I have no idea what this is. Could be anything. But looks like we see 3 people heading on bot. I doubt that's going to be how they lane it. That'll be a really, really weird lane. Darks with 2 melees. Tri-lane with someone who doesn't really need farm, with someone who could take the long lane, and VS soloing. That's not going to be how they do it. So most likely you're going to see the Queen of Pain shift down towards the mid lane, or Queen of Pain soloing top with the Night Stalker in the mid lane. Shadow Demon with the Darkseer, and VS doing whatever the hell she wants. And okay, we have the shoutouts, we have everything, so let's just go. As I've already said, Znation is going to be aiming for early game kills into early game push, into early game win. If they sit for too long, Korok is just going to destroy them with a late game Morphling, and they can't really counter that. And the counters that they do have aren't hard enough, and you can see right off the bat that as roaming as 5 kind of shows their strategy. They get that early kind of cheesy first blood. That'll really help them. Quantic, on the other hand, isn't looking to rumble. They're just sitting in their lanes. Last Hit Magic's going to deny the mid lane, help paint it gold a little bit. So you can see Znation kind of posing, looking for a kill. They're not going to find anyone unless Venomancer kind of gets extremely suicidal all of a sudden. But if they do manage to catch someone out, that would be extremely huge for them. It'll mean that whoever dies is not going to have a fun time for the rest of the game, since the early pressure for Znation is huge. But it doesn't look like they're going to be finding anyone. Just going to be wandering around through the jungle, placing wards, blocking camps. So no pull camp for Morphling. And, well, I'm pretty sure that blocks it. Sentry wards? You usually don't see that, because whatever blocks the camps though, right? Makes Enigma's life hell. Solara is going to be grabbing that invisibility rune, but she can't really make anything happen. As you can see, she already grabbed level 1 wind run. So she knows that top lane is going to be pretty difficult for her. Might as well just play it safe. So in the mid lane, it is going to be melee versus melee, Brewmaster versus Night Stalker. Oh no, it's Brewmaster versus Night Stalker and Shadow Demon, so Brewmaster is no longer going to have an okay time. That Shadow Demon... Oh, come on, Stallioner. You could have done that before. Brewmaster's not going to have a fun time against this lane. If he moves up, he's going to get disrupted. He's going to take a lot of damage from his illusions, and you could try to clap, which is not the most expensive spell in the game, but with a 247 mana pool, you really can't afford to clap farm, especially this early in the game. So this lane is going to get shut down pretty easily unless Enigma dips into the mid lane very frequently, which if he does that, then that kind of defeats the benefit of going for a jungle Enigma. You usually want to get a jungle Enigma who is kind of a more farming oriented jungler rather than a ganking oriented jungler like a Chen or Enchantress. Enigma has the ability to kill creeps extremely quickly. You instantly cap one with a demonic conversion, and then usually you'd pretty easily cap the other one with the conversions themselves. So Enigma usually want to get some good levels and experience. Levels and experience, what the hell? Levels and gold in the jungle. because that's what Enigma can do. He can get all that really early. Looks like Sadoy, the Darkseer, is going to be jungling, and there is currently no one on the bot lane. Wonder how this is going to shift over. I'm pretty sure Queen of Pain is just going to chill top. She's going to be up against the Windrunner. Give a slight advantage to Queen of Pain, although it shouldn't be that huge either way. But with if Vengeful Spirit does decide to stay up here, if somehow they don't have anyone bot or whatever, then Windrunner is definitely not going to have a fun time. Sadoy, in my opinion, should really go to the bot lane. I mean, like, getting the jungle creeps are good. It's just an extra lane, if you will, worth of experience and gold that will just be sitting there otherwise. But really, Kurok's on the bottom, and Kurok will mess up your day. He already has one creep kill. No one else has one creep kill. Yeah, well, he's one deny. I guess that kind of counts. But yeah, you don't really want to leave a Morphling on a lane by himself. If they do that and hope to just overpower the other lanes, then I mean, like, it might work, but Mikey will realize that, hey, nothing's really going on. Morphling doesn't need my cover, and if the Morphling just denies his creeps well, keeps the enemy creeps at about this area, right outside of tower range, then he'll just be fine to free farm, and Z-Nation is going to have to do something about that eventually. And most likely that means sending down the Darkseer. Right now Darkseer is pretty far away, and it looks like he's kind of wanting to jungle. Like, it's going to take him a long time to get down to that bot lane, and this pause is really pissing me off. Come on, guys, get your shit together. I'm going to cheat a little bit, guys. Here we go. Luminous knows what's up. Syndrome also knows what's up. Holy shit, this pause. There we go. Okay, guys. Night Stalker has reconnected back into the game, so hopefully we could get the show on the road. You can actually see some gameplay instead of this still picture. Painted gold? Come on, man. We want to see this. Okay, here we go. We're going to see the game. In 3, 2, 1, we are back live. Or as live as a replay can allow. See already Painted Gold taking quite a bit of damage just from one Void, and he's going to have to use up some tangos for that. And yeah, Sadoy is actually going to be going for the jungle. Going to clear the easy camp, pull this camp, or maybe not. What is this? No, he's going to be teleporting down to the bot lane. He realizes that someone needs to deal with this Morphling. So it's a good choice by Sadoy to actually go down there, although he's kind of weakened already, since first of all he had to spend that 175 for a teleportation scroll, and also the creeps are all the way over here. They're at his tower, which means he's going to have a lot harder time to farm with them, and Painted Gold already taking a huge amount of damage. He's going to have to be forced to pop out that salve, and he's going to need either support or he's not going to get anything. See what's happening on this top lane. Queen of Pain with the Vengeful Spirit, so they could easily shut down the Windrunner, who could probably get a little bit from Power Shot and stay relatively safe because of Windrun, but she's really not going to get full benefit from that lane. However, on the other side, you do have a Darkseer versus two other people as well, so kind of a wash there. Somehow Night Stalker took a shit ton of damage. I'm assuming that was just a clap into, well, yeah, definitely a clap. The Brewmaster doesn't have any more mana. Clap into right clicks into probably creeps, helping him a bit as well. And Queen of Pain just easily harassing this Windrunner with that Shadow Strike. So annoying. Let's see if Painted Gold is going to get the rune. Yes, he is going to get a haste rune, so probably not going to make anything happen with that. You can't really kill any of these guys. We'll keep him safe, however, for the duration of the rune. I mean, like, he won't die, but he's still going to take a right-click damage from Shadow Demon. And yeah, Enigma got screwed up by the creeps pretty hard there. Not sure what's going on. And holy shit, that crit, that just messed up Shadow Demon. Okay, if you get 3 more of those, Brewmaster, and you'll be fine in the lane. Just get run up, crit, run up, crit, run up, crit. Sounds like solid data. There goes a disruption onto the Brewmaster. Probably not going to do anything, as he does take 2 crits from the illusions. That's kind of unlucky. Crits on illusions, they don't deal the damage as advertised, but they do deal additional damage from crits. As we see Sadoy getting harassed pretty hard with that Venomous Gale into waveform, and just that's just allowing the Morphling to get absolute free farm. Let's see what's going on elsewhere. Painted Gold's not having a fun time. 3 for 1 versus Night Stalker's 14 for 3. Plus he had a 7 denies on the Shadow Demon, so Brewmaster's getting kept down extremely hard. He's not going to have his bottle if he chooses to do so in quite a bit of time. He only had 400 gold. However, at the same time, Darkseer is not going to have a Soul Ring, but Soul Ring is a lot cheaper than, or Soul Ring components at least, are a lot cheaper than the bottle straight up, so. Yeah, probably going to help Sidoi. Well, it's definitely going to be in favor of Sidoi. You see a really aggressive ward being placed by the Radiant. Well, they want to know whenever Darkseer is going to step up so that Venomancer could just, circle around these trees and then get a Gale, or even just right-click him, put some pressure on, force him back, and he's not going to be able to stay in that lane forever. As we see a Ring of Regeneration coming out to him, so he's a little bit more than halfway done with his Soul Ring. However, Night Stalker already has his bottle, giving that 17 creep kills. And I'm guessing Brewmaster is also going to try to get that bottle, which he has right now, if he chooses to get it. I think he probably should, because he is not going to get anything otherwise. And there it is, flying out. Wait, hey, there it is, yeah. So both bottles in the mid lane. However, Night Stalker is having a much better time because of that Shadow Demon support. Enigma, in the meantime, is getting complete free farm, though. He has a Soul Ring up, and he's just going to be adding to the stores of gold onto the Quantic side, which means he is going to be getting a faster whatever he decides to get, whether it be Black King Bar or Blink Dagger. And Ring of Aquila now up on Morphling. It's a very solid item. In my opinion, you should always get it on any agility carry, and especially if they're ranged. You need that armor early on. It's just such a cost-efficient item. Wraith Bands finally find a use in the game. Amazing. You see a Disruption and a Curse going on to the Painted Gold, and he is actually stuck in there. He is going to die. We see right clicks coming on from the Night Stalker, and the Shadow Demon's Illusion's actually getting the first blood. Kind of unfortunate for Painted Gold getting stuck in that little corner by 2 illusions, which gotta feel good for Nexus, because you can't really control where those illusions are going to spawn, and if they spawn in the right place, and you get a kill. So satisfying. So that is 1 kill up for Znation, getting that Brewmaster. As you see Sidoi actually retreating from the likes of Korok and Mikey, taking a lot of right-click damage. They might even dive this. We need one more right-click by Korok. He is going to get it, so Darkseer is going to go down in the bot lane, as we see Morphling celebrating with a cloud of X's around his head. However, it is nighttime, and the 6-minute rune is going to be spawning on the bot lane, so Nexus is going to be getting that. Or holding it for Night Stalker? Probably holding it for Night Stalker. He could probably get there before the Brewmaster does. No, he's actually going to get it himself. He's probably going to look to do something in the bot lane, but he is spotted out, I'm pretty sure. So they do know where he is and what he has. Looks like Night Stalker just want to continue pressuring that mid lane, make sure Brewmaster doesn't get anything from the night phase. You could go for ganking, but really going anywhere except for really top lane will put him in a lot of danger. Top lane will be his best bet. Let's see if he's going to shift up there. He does have his phase boots up. It looks like he's just going to be going on Painted Gold, who has his ultimate up. So unless they silence him, he's going... Yeah, there we go. We have a split. So he's not going to die. We have a rock going on to Nexus, but he's having a little bit of indecision with his pandas, moving them back and forth, and looks like everyone's going to get out just fine. We have a stun going out on the Night Stalker. He's a little bit trapped, but not enough damage coming out from the Quantic side, so nothing's really going to happen there. Styliner's kind of looking for Enigma. He's not going to find him. Enigma is playing it safe. Here we go. It's 1-1 with a kill onto Korok and a kill onto the Shadow Demon. Obviously, it's going to favor Quantic a little bit more because, obviously they got the kill on the carry, but also Znation doesn't really want to make equal trades. If they keep making equal trades, then eventually they're going to get behind because Morphling is getting complete free farm, whereas they don't have any hard carries to really support them in the late game. Windrunner is constantly getting pushed back by the holy shit 47 for 20 Queen of Pain. So Queen of Pain, although she doesn't have anything quite yet, I mean she has treads and bottle, which is decent, but She's going to be quite a threat late game with so many last hits. And we see last hit Magic actually positioning himself for a kill on the Darkseer. Darkseer probably knows, yeah, they have it ward, unless Enigma smoked way far back, which I'm not sure he actually did. They know he's there, so he's just going to buy some space for Korok and Mikey to take down this tier 1 tower. Stoy is actually going to run into him. There goes the stun, and is it level 2? Yes, it is level 2, so he is going to get a second hit on. You see a surge going onto the Darkseer. However, he's getting blocked by Eidolons. That's not what he wants to happen right now. Night Stalker is coming in hot onto the Venomancer, and Korok is standing his ground, and he's going to wave for him for the kill on the Night Stalker. We see a Magic Missile going off onto Korok. Black Hole going onto the Vengeful Spirit. However, it gets cancelled immediately by Disruption, and Korok is not going to be able to finish off that Vengeful Spirit. He does not have a waveform for that, but he does have a waveform for Shadow Demon. He's going to take that kill. Curse coming in for that Scream of Pain, and it's not going to be enough to kill Korok or anyone, as a matter of fact. We have Gale going off, slowing down Sudoy, but it did not hit onto that Queen of Pain, who does have a surge on her at the current point in time. Shackle Shot going onto Queen of Pain as Korok comes in for another kill, and Queen of Pain is on the run. She does have a blink, and she is going to blink down back into the lane, and she is going to be fine. So a 3-for-0 trade for Quantic. That is huge for them. Znation wants to at least stay even. If they don't stay even, they lose the game. If they start slipping on kills, then they can't win in the late game. They really have to stay a couple of kills, if not more than a couple, above Quantic, or else they'll simply lose the game. No way around that. Korok showing the power of his Morphling, just managing his mana so perfectly and strength surfing to bait out lots of spells from the Queen of Pain, who tried to go for last hit Magic, but last hit Magic was just out of range of the Sonic Wave, so unfortunately no kill for her, and everyone else just kind of stayed a little bit too long and got owned by that waveform, which is at level 4. And considering most of the support heroes were just a little more than level 4, wasn't really huge for them. We see last hit Magic is actually getting ganked up by the Shadow Demon. He is going to be going down to the Demonic Purge. There he goes, pops him. Haste Rune Shadow Demon catching out a last kill on last hit Magic, who I'm pretty sure did not go back to heal, so he was playing it extremely risky, and he paid for it. So a good catch by Znation. However, again, it was on that Shadow Demon, and a farmed Shadow Demon isn't going to win you the game. On the other hand, a farmed Morphling, who is 301, is going to win you the game. So, you know that. So Paint of Gold is getting ganked up by the Night Stalker. He's probably going to be fine. We have a Vengeful Spirit coming in, but looks like they both followed that. We have a 2-man Shackle Shot going off onto the Vengeful Spirit and the Night Stalkers. One of them gets instantly disrupted, but Vengeful Spirit is not going to be going down. She drops the Magic Missile, and she's going to get taken down by Enigma, actually. Pandora and Brewmaster is going for the Shadow Demon, but he's going to be just fine as Queen of Pain teleports in for support. Night Stalker still wants blood onto the Windrunner, but she does pops her Windrun right before the silence goes off. Painted Gold is out of the ultimate. He does have 10 magic sticks, which might keep him alive for a little bit. He is a leather clap, but he is probably going to die. Enigma actually trying to go for the deny, but Queen of Pain taking Brewmaster's life, and Night Stalker taking purple. Not Night Stalker. Night Stalker is actually on the run. He is at kind of low health, but Morphling is here, going to hunt him down. Solara, one more right click after this. 4 HP Night Stalker survival, so it's good. He's going to be just fine. Korok is hiding in the trees. Gale from the high ground is going to keep him alive as Solara is continuing to just right-click the entirety of Znation as Korok trying to wait for him in for a kill on the Queen of Pain, but one Scream of Pain was all she had left, and she's going to take that out. So, what was that, a 3-for-3? I have no idea what that was, but Znation managed to tie it up, which is exactly what they needed. They managed to take out Korok, they managed to take out Brewmaster, they managed to take out the Enigma. So lots of, oh, sorry guys, lots of big kills coming out from Znation. And I'm pretty sure they managed to keep everyone alive as well. Night Stalker got away with 4 health and managed to retreat, drink up his bottle and whatnot. Queen of Pain got out with low health, managed to survive the Morphling waveform. Shadow Demon as well had extremely low health. I'm not really sure how much I like maxing out Disruption. I guess it's okay against a Morphling who's going to be stacking a lot of agility. But honestly, I think the Curse is just so much better. But I don't play that much Shadow Demon, so I can't really comment with certainty. The first Night Cycle is going to be ending relatively soon. You see Night Stalker actually saving his ultimate. There he goes. Night's time has ended. It is going to be the day phase, so if Quantic wants to start shit, they're going to have to do it right now. However, with the farm that Korok is getting right now, 70 creep kills in 13 minutes, so pretty good farm by Korok, and by pretty good I mean freaking awesome farm by Korok. He's gonna have, what does he have? He's gonna be going for a shotgun. Shotgun will annihilate Vengeful Spirit, will annihilate Shadow Demon, will annihilate Queen of Pain. Darkseer not so much. However, actually right now will own Darkseer. Night Stalker is probably tanky enough to survive that. Queen of Pain actually has quite a bit of health, Strength, Treads, and Overclub. She's going to be going for BKB most likely, as we see Znation smoked up, or two of them at least. Oh, actually, no. We have a shackle shot going onto the Night Stalker. It is daytime, and he's going to be taken out by the Brewmaster. Quantic kind of taking advantage of the fact that it is daytime and Night Stalker's ultimate ran out. It's going to be a tier 1 for a tier 1 trade. Definitely favored Quantic though, because they got a free kill out of it, and there's only 3 people pushing down in the mid lane. While in the meantime, Korok, I'm actually not sure when this tower managed to go down. I'm pretty sure was it just now? Well, regardless, it went down, and Znation might not even get this tier 1 on the top lane. Enigma does not have Black Hole, however, he does have a Soul Ring. There's the Black Hole. And the tower's getting awful low. Let's see who's going to get the last kill. Windrunner actually manages to deny it, but she gets disrupted. She might die, but she might have Windrun. There she goes, Windrunning away, but she have Demonic Purge and a swap going on her. Black Hole catching only Vengeful Spirit, so not the best Black Hole in the world. Solara is going to get taken down by someone. We see 2 actually going down for Quantic, but Korok is here, and he's going to be killing Joy. Brewmaster did pick up, used his ultimate, he didn't pick up anything, he used his ultimate. And we have Queen of Pain currently on the run. There's the Windwalk from the Storm Panda. I don't know, that's some error, maybe I should report that. And Queen of Pain is going to be taking some damage, trading hits with Painted Gold. No one's going to die there. And they do manage to take out the tower, however they do lose their mid tower and get a little more than half of their tier 2 bot tower there. So definitely not the best trade for Znation. I mean, like, obviously they're taking what they could get, but right now they can't be making trades that aren't completely in their favor. They have the early mid-game team, but really Quantic is holding the line so well. Morphling isn't just AFK farming. He's actually being in a lot of fights, and he's taking all the kills, which is exactly what Quantic wants him to do. You also have the fact that the mid tier 1 tower for the Dire is a lot more important than the top tier 1 for the Radiant, because the top tier 1 for Dire allows you easy access into that Roshan pit, who is apparently demoted to a skeleton warrior. So that's just pretty important. They're not going to have that lane control should Quantic choose to go for the Roshan. Actually, see Shadow Demon smoked up, trying to back up this Night Stalker. Night Stalker's baiting, however Queen of Pain reveals that she is there. They're going to be going for this tier 1 in the mid lane. And it doesn't really look like they're going to be able to defend this. We see a stun going off on Last Hit Magic and Demonic Purge. He's going to be taken out by a Void from the Night Stalker. So wrong place, wrong time for the Enigma, trying to go towards that mid lane to defend it. See, Painted Gold is going to go for someone, however he's taking a ton of damage from that Night Stalker and Queen of Pain. He's probably going to go down as well. Yes, he is. Shackle Shot goes onto that Queen of Pain as Korok is going onto Sudoi. Sudoi is running for his life. We have Solara also running for his life as he takes a lot of damage from that Night Stalker Queen of Pain combo again. He's going to try to teleport out. Do they have any stuns? Do they have a disruption? That's going to be good enough. However, the rest of the Quantic team is going to be going for mop-up mode. They're going to be taking out that Shadow Demon, and they're going to be trying to pick up some more kills. Mikey is on the run. He's taking a lot of damage. Queen of Pain does get the last hit and manages to do a beautiful ultimate down the hill and is going to pick up the Morphling as well. So that was a 2 for 4 trade for Znation. They're going to pull back. In my opinion, they should go for this tower, but they know better. It was beautifully played by the Queen of Pain, just constantly sticking on people, constantly slowing them, and dealing a ton of damage. You could tell it was good because she had exactly like no mana at the end of the fight, so she got as much mileage from her spells as she could possibly get. He had a beautiful Sonic Wave there, just would have hit Mikey if he wasn't ticked over from her last right click. But it definitely nailed Korok, and Korok is going to be set back a little bit more from his Ethereal Blade, so Znation really making sure that they're kind of taking back this game a little bit. Let's take a look at this gold earned. I wouldn't be surprised if it is the way it is, because they have Last Hit Magic, who is going for the jungle the entire time, so that's just an extra stream of revenue for the Quantic team. Experience earned going a little bit ways of the Z Nation, probably the 1 kill and the way that their lanes are positioned. We see Night Stalker with a haste rune. Uh-oh, it's practically nighttime. Better run last hit magic. We see a stun going off on Night Stalker. We see a dive going onto Solara as he's taking a lot of damage. Demonic Purge and a Void is going to be enough to finish him off. Z Nation is doing exactly what they need to do. They need to roam around, use their early game, mid-game power. Right now it's kind of mid-game-ish. Use their early-ish power and get that early game advantage. They have to keep basically everyone on the Quantic team down. So far they've been doing a decent job. And wow, Morphling just manhandling the Darkseer, who does not have his hood, I'm sorry. He does not have his hood, so he's quite soft at this point in time. And Morphling, for Z Nation, he's going to have a 20-minute Ethereal Blade, which means they're going to be taking a ton of damage from this Morphling. They're actually already taking a ton of damage from this Morphling. Oh god. That's not how you drink water. Alright, so there's the Ethereal Blade, 19 minutes in on Korok, and he is going to be opening up a huge case of whoop ass all over the Z Nation team. If he catches out Shadow Demon, if he catches out Vengeful Spirit, they're both going to get popped, and we might even see that on... No, Queen of Pain has BKB, so if she's quick with her fingers, she's going to be just fine. Let's see what's going on as far as item progression. Standard earn on Night Stalker, phase boots, has a point booster, so going for that map hack at night mode. Painted Gold doesn't have anything right now. He did get pretty shut down in the early stages of the game. Mikey unleashing a Venomous Gale, but taking a ton of damage from that level 4 nuke of the Night Stalker. I'm guessing Painted Gold is going to be going for that Blink Dagger. It's what he's saving up for. It's a little bit closer now. And Enigma, Tranquil Boots. I love seeing Tranquil Boots just because they're new. Going to be going for that BKB, and Windrunner going to be going for a Mechanism. Pretty sure Z Nation actually does not have any mech in the works. Yeah, they're not anywhere close to a mech. Queen of Pain does have a BKB, which should be really helpful for her. However, that's just gonna ensure that she doesn't get shotgunned. And Darkseer doesn't even have his hood up, so he's going to take a lot... Well, there it is. So he's going to take a little bit less damage from that Morphling, but still, Ethereal Blade this early on with this much agility, that's going to hurt. So I don't want to miss the first shotgun kill, so I'm going to try to keep my eye on that Morphling. As he's heading up towards the Queen of Pain should turn back right now, or else she's going to get a face full of buckshot. You see Morphling just continuing to farm, and Z Nation pressuring this tier 1 tower. Venomancer does have 4 wards set up, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to push in. However, it is... No, it's not real nighttime. It's artificial nighttime. So they got to try to make something happen, or else it'll just be a waste of Night Stalker ultimate. Not a huge deal wasting Night Stalker ultimate, since it'll be up soon enough. But still, you'd rather keep it for game time mode, as we see another pause going on from Quantic Mikey. Let's take a quick look at the gold graph. We see it sitting kind of at the same position. Tower count, they have 3 down for Z Nation, but only 2 down for Quantic, so that could be about half of that gold chart difference, with, I'm assuming, the rest of it being Korok just farming like a Chinese peasant. EXP earned, dipping a little bit into Quantic's favor. Again, Z Nation is 1 kill ahead, but it shouldn't really be that much, so Quantic does have a pretty secure lead at the minute. And they do have a lot of early game power coming out from that Morphling. Usually you don't see such early game items, or early mid game items on the Morphling that make that much of a difference. You're going to be seeing a Lincoln Sphere, you're going to be seeing a Manta Style, which don't really give that raw burst damage of a very expensive Ethereal Blade. So Korok managed to turn his late game hero into a mid game hero by getting amazing farm. Now going to be farming even more, possibly. What are you doing? What are you doing? So he's getting a replicant. Okay. So we see 3 people smoked up for the Z Nation team, and Korok is at the exact wrong position. Z Nation has Korok's number. We're going to see Night Stalker open up with that Crippling Fear and a Void. Purge going off onto Korok, and he's going to take a stun. He's going to use a shotgun to try to buy himself a little bit more time. Will it be enough? Yes, just barely. The Earn Charge will not take him off. But Brewmaster Ultimate is going off onto the Shadow Demon, and he's taking a lot of damage last match, trying to get in position for a stun. However, he is completely screwed. His team take a power shot, and Brewmaster is going to finish the deal. He's now going on to that Vengeful Spirit, who's going to take a stun from the Enigma, and she's going to go down as well. So a very easy 2 kill onto the supports for Quantic. And Morphling just completely baiting with that Ethereal Blade, using it as a defensive item, which you don't see very often. You mostly see it as him just going for a kill, and Morphling is going to get a very easy deny on that mid lane. As he's going, he kind of... What? The way he formed in, and Ethereal Bladed one person and used Adaptive Strike on another. I'm pretty sure that's a mistake. You rarely want to do that unless the Adaptive Strike or Ethereal Blade is going to nab you a kill and the other one is just going to start on someone else. So I'm pretty sure that was just a little bit of a misclick by Kurok. No big deal. I don't think he would have been able to kill either of them. Both Night Stalker and Queen of Pain. Yeah, both Night Stalker and Queen of Pain are rather tanky, so even if he did land everything, he probably wouldn't have he probably would not be able to bring down the enemy team. We see a mech almost completed by Windrunner. She's going to be 900 away from that, which is going to be a huge advantage for Quantic, considering Znation does not have a mech in response. And I'm pretty sure Kurok has not shotgunned anyone quite yet, although we might be seeing it right now onto the Shadow Demon. I'm so excited for this. You see waveform in. Oh my god. And an instant replicate away for Kurok, and Nexus is sitting there going, what the hell just happened? I love the shotgun build so much. Ethereal Blade is such a useless item when you think about it, but then you're like, oh wait, no, you get it on Morphling and it's useful. I've never seen it being used on anyone else to great effect. I think that really needs to happen, actually. You get a strength version and an intelligence version of Ethereal Blade. Have the strength version, like, I don't know, stun them or something, instead of do as much. Okay, they all do damage, except instead of like having that specific multiplier of agility being like kind of the damage stat, you have strength be like you steal some health from them or something like that, and intelligence you steal from mana from them, and that'll really open it up, I think. Right now Ethereal Blade is such a one-dimensional item, really not good on really not core on anyone Morphling. As he runs into 2 people, he's going to get stunned and silenced, and he's taking a lot of damage. Night Stalker is going to get that last right click off with the double damage. Kurok, wrong place, wrong time. As we see the rest of the Radiant team pushing in onto the Darkseer, who is going to get disrupted by the Shadow Demon, and Brewmaster's just chilling in his ultimate form. He's going to be able to just run away. Unless he stays with this Greater Boar. Going to time out, and he really needs to get out right now. There he goes. He's going to be vacuumed back. Stun goes on to Last Magic. We have Queen of Pain diving in for it. She's going to be right-clicking on them. We have a 3-man Gale going on to 3 of them, slowing them down. Last Magic is going to get ticked over by the Queen of Pain as they continue the chase for Mikey, as Shadow Demon picks up yet another kill. Oof, good power shot by Yellow, allowing the poison damage to take the last points of hit points from Vengeful Spirit. Kind of salvaging that situation a little bit, but that was a 2-for-1 engage in the mid lane. Now they're going for Roshan. It's gonna. They don't have the most right click, so it might take them a little bit, but Quantic really doesn't want to start anything. They don't have any ultimate for the Brewmaster. Kurok is gonna be going for, I'm guessing, a Lincoln Sphere. A Lincoln Sphere probably would have saved his ass, or like at least helped, but I don't know. Quantic knows that what the enemy team is doing. Painted Gold's jumping in for a stomp. It did manage to land it on the Shadow Demon, which must have been at the max range, but Roshan's going to be free to hobble back to his little cave. No one's going to be killing him at the moment.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Looks like Solara going to be teleporting up top to deal with this large push. He does have his mech up and is going to be going for the Force Staff. I don't know why you got the recipe first. You rarely want to get the recipe first. Actually, I don't think there's ever a situation where you want to get the recipe first. Maybe it was before he died. Did he die before? I think he did. So maybe it was a last-minute buy, which would have been good for him. Now Kurok going for a double damage rune. And by going for, I mean he has it right now. Is Znation going to be going back into the Roshan pit, trying to finish it off? Vengeful Spirit is they do know he's there, Korok could instantly Gibber. There goes the waveform and the shotgun to finish the deal. However, Vengeful Spirit was just a decoy, and we see Z Nation going in for a fight. We have a huge Scream of Pain and a Wall of Illusions, instantly taking out the Venomancer, and Enigma's going to fall shortly after. Queen of Pain is on the run. She does have enough for Blink. She's going to Blink back into her team. So then Morphling is going to be trying to fight all of them at the same time. We have Morphling going to be taking out Story with the last waveform, and Painted Gold is not going to have to pop his ultimate. They actually took 2 kills off of that in exchange for 2 more. So a pretty good exchange for Quantic, considering they just gave up Roshan. Who actually took it? Queen of Pain got the Aegis of the Immortal, but she's got to be careful right now. Night Stalker also has to be careful, because there comes Morphling as we see him just right-clicking that Night Stalker. Missed chance. Oh, the Ethereal Blade is going to be enough with the waveform. When does the silence end? Waveform. There it goes. Waveform and an Adapt Strike to seal the deal. So Morphling does take a last final kill onto that Night Stalker, and Queen of Pain teleported out, I'm guessing. Yeah, she did. So she's going to be fine. And Morphling says, screw healing. I don't need that shit. I'm just going to go right now. Drinking all his bottle on the way. He's right back to farming. No time wasted for that guy. Windrunner is going to be going a little bit more for that 4 staff. She does have her staff wizardry up, so in a short 900 gold, she's going to be able to push people back and forth. Not the hugest. Z Nation doesn't really have that much sticking. It will help whoever gets stunned by the Vengeful Spirit, but you know, it's not. It's a solid item regardless. It's always a solid item to get, no matter who you are, really. But sometimes it just has the extra benefit of someone like being a Pudge or something, and in which case it's a lot more useful. Looks like Mikey is going to be going for some ancient stacks. He's going to be trying to get some gold up. As we see the entire Z Nation team right now smoked up, looking for a kill. Right now, Last Hit Magic is a little bit out of position. He almost has his BKB in just a short 200 gold. Let's see if he has the sense to back up from this. They're right there. Night Stalker knows he's there as well. There goes the smoke. Here's a surge going onto that Night Stalker, and oh, Last Hit Magic, you are so dead. He's might get enough for his BKB. Yes, he does manage to buy it right before he died. We have ultimate pop to buy that Brewmaster. He's going after Destroy. Venomancer does pop his ultimate as well. Solara is going on to Vengeful Spirit. Queen of Pain sitting in the middle of everyone with that BKB. She's taking a lot of damage from that Eidolon. Korok is going to be going for anyone who's but they're kiting him really hard. Morphling, Silence, he doesn't have a waveform to close that gap from anyone. Painted Gold's ultimate has run out, and he is going to be taking out that Darkseer, and yeah, Queen of Pain is going to be get the Aegis popped, and Korok is getting right click. He's going to try to bottle up, but no. Vengeful Spirit is going to take the last hit with the magic missile. So good exchange once again by Z Nation, really pushing their advantage, but the kills are still even. You see a 3,000 and still a pretty big advantage in favor of Quantic. So, you know, Quantic still is ahead. I'm pretty sure Enigma got popped out. He was silenced that entire time, but extremely good play by Enigma, really counting down the gold, just barely making out his BKB alive. So that's going to be huge for the next fight. If he gets silenced, he says, well, screw you, I'm going to pop the BKB and do the black hole. Unfortunately, they still have a Vengeful Spirit on the Z Nation team. So if Vengeful Spirit isn't close, and if she doesn't get hit by the black hole, then she's going to be able to swap Enigma out, and no black hole for him, BKB or not. Also, another thing that's happening is Morphling is getting silenced. And that may not seem like a huge deal for a right-click agility carry, but really with the mobility coming out from Z Nation, you have a Night Stalker who, you know, if they're going to be fighting, it's going to be at nighttime. So he has a lot of mobility, especially with phase boots. Queen of Pain has her blink, Darkseer has a surge, which gives max movement speed to, you know, either of the supports or himself even. So they're just kiting Korok extremely hard. And plus, when he's silenced, so okay, I'm going to start again. The entire Z Nation team has a huge amount of mobility, so Korok cannot really get close enough to deal his right-click damage, which is pretty huge at the moment, 210 damage. But he could cast his spells, but he Can't, because he's silenced. And he isn't going to be able to use his waveform to get close because he's silenced. And Crippling Fear makes him miss. So you just see the power of Night Stalker coming out from those simple facts. That put Crippling Fear on Morphling, and you completely shut him down for, like, what is it, 9 seconds? 8 seconds? 8 seconds during the night. So a lot of time where Morphling really can't unleash either his burst damage or his DPS because he simply cannot get close to the other team. Znation is doing an extremely good job in kiting. This is a race for the regen rune. Queen of Pain is taking a lot of damage from that Morphling. Is she going to blink out? No, she's actually going to Hex and turn around. Shadow Strike and Scream going on to Korok, but they're both going to retreat. Queen of Pain probably not getting the best out of that engagement since Korok picked up a bottle with a regen rune. Let's see what he has. He has a Manta style, so going for that Manta Ethereal Blade build, very standard item choice. I would have liked to see Scotty, since Scotty is a completely badass item. Let's see, Brewmaster has a drum. Looks like Venomancer is going to be going for a drum of his own. Ideally, you don't want more than one drum on your team, but more than one drum. Drum is the kind of item, like, unlike mech, it's okay if you kind of stack them up since you tend to burn through the charges rather quickly. Enigma, that is an illusion, but it doesn't matter, that's all he has. Oh. Quantic's big teamfight carry thing isn't really panning out. Znation's early game power really pulling them through. However, it's still even in kills, and Quantic does have the experience in favor of them as well as the gold. So Quantic still at a lead, which is not what Znation wants, because as the minutes tick on, that lead is going to get larger and larger. We see Korok trying to get a kill onto that Queen of Pain. Not quite enough damage with his shotgun combo. And there he goes. Switch to Mouse versus Infused. I don't think I could Holy Master. Is that Holy Master? I have no idea. We'll see. Nighttime popped up by Night Stalker, but he instantly gets engaged on. We have stun from the Pandarin ultimate, and Night Stalker's taking a ton of damage from the stuns. Windrunner is going to be able to pick up that last kill from the power shot as Bench Spirit gets tossed up into the air, and she's going to get shotgun down. It's two easy, very easy kills for Quantic. But Panda wants more if he gets stun or a tornado onto that Shadow Demon. He's going to get a clap as soon as he lands. Oh god, Shadow Demon, nice knowing you. Disruption to buy himself a little bit of time, but Morphling with the waveform is going to be able to nail him with that Adaptive Strike. So 3 easy kills by Quantic. Znation kind of caught a little bit off guard, and they really need to all stick together for those fights. If they allow Quantic to fight their skirmishes, then they're just going to get completely demolished. You now see Quantic gunning for that mid lane. With Wall of Replica missed. Oh my god, beautiful shot from that Windrunner, and oh my god, Darkseer just got annihilated from that shotgun and a blink clap by that Brewmaster. This is going to be mid-racks for Quantic, and honestly, Znation is going to have to pull a miracle out of their asses if they want to recover. They cannot fight Korok 1-to-1, and so they're going to have to deal with them just by kiting him, which they have been doing decently. But they simply don't have enough damage coming out. I mean, like, Queen of Pain is doing decently, but when she gets shotgun to like 400 HP, and then any stun coming out from the rest of Quantic, then she's going to fall extremely easily. She might be able to pop the Black King bar, but still is lots of right-click damage coming out from Korok. You see Venomancer picking up a Gem of True Sight, and it's a very good idea to do once you're in such a dominant position. Clean out all the wards, make sure you have complete and utter map control. See Korok sitting on a pretty large pile of gold, and Brewmaster not quite at his Aghanim Scepter. Enigma doesn't have... Enigma actually has his Blink Dagger, so Blink BKBs could destroy Znation if they're not careful. Let's see, Queen of Pain... That wasn't Queen of Pain. That's Queen of Pain. There we go. Scythe of Vise, which she kind of needs to use on the Morphling, but again, they don't really have enough right-click damage to bring him down. Is Morphling actually going to go Suicide style? No, he pops his Manta and instantly uses Replicant to back away. He does still have a haste rune, and his illusions are just working over Vengeful Spirit. So much damage coming out from Morphling's illusions. He's going to go onto that Queen of Pain. Again, so much damage. Scream of Pain going off onto that Windrunner, bringing her down, but she's at very low health. Black Hole catching both Shadow Demon and the Darkseer. Darkseer is going to fall to the Morphling. Yes, he is. And Shadow Demon is disrupted, but he's going to fall down as well. So 3-for-1 kill with Korok getting a triple kill. Korok sitting at a huge pile of gold, 4,500. Black Hole was used, but it was used to keep two people out of the fight, as Kurok and I think Venomancer could wail on the Queen of Pain. I would say it's more than worth it. Bring them, just buy them the time that they need for that, and they're going to transition right into Roshan. They're going to be getting this extremely easily. Morphling drops the bottle for it. He's going to be picking up the Aegis, and Znation. Before, I said that they're going to need a miracle to win this game. Now they're going to need 2 miracles. They're going to have to hope that Quantic just all have heart attacks and then they get disqualified, because Znation looks pretty screwed from where I'm sitting. Queen of Pain is actually sitting on a pretty large gold pile too. She probably has to buy it. Oh my god, okay. She probably has to buy an item. She definitely has enough for buyback. And right now she needs just something. She has to go all in to hold off this push, because quite honestly, even though Black Hole is down, Morphling does have an Aegis, and Brewmaster's ultimate is up. Do have the wall. They have nighttime in just a little bit, but they don't have the Sonic Wave, and Sonic Wave is dishing out a lot for the Znation side. Without that, I'm not sure if they could take this. Let's see, Pandaren actually blinks up and ultimates into that Shadow Demon, who instantly disrupts himself. Very good play by the Shadow Demon. So you're Rock going to go out onto no one. Let's see, actually Korok going out to town on everyone. Gets Joy taking so much damage. We have Wall of Illusion going up, and Solara's getting messed up by the Morphling Illusion. Is Morphling going to take out that Darkseer? Rock going to go onto that Shadow Demon. He does have an Urd charge on him. He might die, but Morphling's Aegis did get popped off. Nightstalker is still alive, running around with that Ion Shell on him. You see him getting tossed up into the air. Korok is back from the, oh my god, he has Eye of Scotty straight up, and he's just going to be popping his Manta, right-clicking onto that Queen of Pain, who cannot escape that Eye of Scotty, and Nightstalker did die as well. Queen of Pain is buying back. Panic Gold's ultimate has run up, but right now all they have to do is right-click on this tower, and Queen of Pain is going to be looking for Panic Gold, who is going to be blinding her and clapping. And Queen of Pain is taking a lot of damage. Stun goes off. Oh my god, shotgunned. Queen of Pain just got annihilated by Korok, who has so much agility, and he's going to be taking down that Shadow Demon for a triple kill and a godlike streak, and he could go for this. Yep, there's the ultra kill. Ultra kill by Korok. And a holy shit streak by him as well. That is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. Znation can do nothing to recover from this. They still have one more Rax, but at this point, yeah, Stelline are just going to call GG, so Morphling getting free farm will be very unpleasant for you. If you let Morphling get free farm, you're going to have a bad time. It's just a matter of time before Znation all disconnects. And Znation really tried to pull their strategy, and they almost succeeded in doing so, but the power coming out from Quantic and their playstyle just a little bit too perfect, as they just held on to the early mid-game, and once you got to that 40-minute mark, Korok is just an unstoppable monster, sitting at another 5,000 gold. Holy shit. 24-4-4, that is completely ridiculous. The ranged barracks is going to get taken out right now. That is going to be the game. I do not think I'm going to be casting the rest of this set. I'm just going to be looking for individual games that kind of interest me. Oh, Darkseer, what you doing there? So I'm just going to be going for individual games. I think it'll be better to practice in that fashion if I could just, you know, get some experience talking and casting. I have been getting quite a bit of feedback from quite a number of people, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm looking for more and more feedback. Anything you could tell me will be helpful. So this has been Mike Loris. Thanks for watching, guys. Quantic vs Znation. Quantic taking it fairly easily. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. GG.